Marvel relaunched another series with another new number one. Much like my chances of getting a girlfriend in 2020, that's not possible. Hello and welcome to this review of Star Wars number one. Yes, like I said in the intro, Star Wars has been relaunched. I think this is the third time. I don't know, because I know Jason Aaron had a run. I think it was Gillen. Gillen had the most recent run, and now we got a different writer. We got a new series, so in typical Marvel fashion, new writer, new number one. Because honestly, what's the point of just continuing the series but with a different writer? So this series is now written by Charles Soule, who most notably known for his runs on Daredevil and Star Wars, Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith, which are both really good series. If you haven't read them, definitely check it out. So written by Charles Soule, art by Jesus Says, coloring by Jesus Says and Arif Priento, the cover by RB Silva and Guru FX. So for this one, this is covering what happens in between episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, and episode 6, Return of the Jedi. So this pretty much starts off just after Luke is saved by Lando, Leia, and Chewbacca, and before he gets his robot hand, so directly after the events of what happened in Bespin. So it starts off with Luke reminiscing what the revelations that he just received, being that Darth Vader is his father, and Luke had his hand cut off as well. So as they're arguing with Lando because he's not particularly trustworthy, he betrayed them and now he's helping them, they have to come to the decision that they can't rescue Han yet. For obvious reasons, episode 6 hasn't happened yet. So they need to regroup with the Rebel fleet. So they take the Falcon to the Rebel fleet, which is currently being attacked by Commander Zara and the Empire. They've got them trapped between as they put it, a turbo laser cordon and a star. So this division of the Rebel fleet is almost being destroyed by a competent, a really smart, intelligent Imperial officer. Straight from the get-go. I'm not sure if Zara is an actual character that's already appeared, because I haven't really read the previous Star Wars comic run, so I don't know if this character is new or not. If they are new, they've definitely left an impression that they are actually like someone to be feared, because if someone questions her orders, it's shown in here, someone tries to question, oh, you really think we should do that? And her second in command is just like, dude, listen to her, okay? You know who you're talking to. Listen to her order. So she has somewhat of a tough reputation that she's not to be talked back to, and that she's smart, intelligent, and she knows what she's doing. But there's the part of her later on when she talks to Vader that she has suffered, as she puts it, partial failures or partial success, and they're like, there is no partial success, partial failure. You either succeeded or you failed. You need to succeed, because me and the Emperor have high hopes for you, and you do not want to piss us off with just constant failures, actual failures, none of this partial crap. So good from the get-go. We got a good, interesting antagonist, and the Falcon arrives to help assist with the Rebel fleet. But Luke, despite the fact he's lost a hand, decides to get on one of the gunners to help. But in that moment, he's overcome with that whole revelation that Obi-Wan lied to him and that Vader is actually his father. And with it, he gives in to anger and uses the Force to cause several TIE fighters to lose control and crash into each other. While there is a plus, it gives them a chance to succeed in destroying some of the turrets on a Star Destroyer, giving the Rebel fleet a chance to access. Luke kind of went against the ways of his Jedi teachings and gave into anger, gave into his emotions. And with it, he's starting to judge himself. Can he actually be a Jedi? And from there, the Rebel fleet has escaped, and they realize the Empire has a way of breaking their codes. So they're not safe, and they could potentially be all that's left of the Rebel fleet, even though we know they're not if you've watched the films. But so far, with this comic, story-wise, I give this a 4 or 5. This is definitely a good start to this new run. Soul is a writer who's had experience with Star Wars, so he absolutely knows what he's doing, and he does bring in a really good start to this comic. Very interesting, engaging start to this comic. Luke dealing with his conflicted feelings, the revelation that he has just discovered. As him being injured, having lost a hand, struggling to deal. Can he actually really be a Jedi? If he's giving into his emotions, and then you have the rebellion dealing with trying to regroup, and they're the only ones. This rebel fleet is the only one left, given that the Imperial forces can now break their codes, decipher them, and all that, and figure out where they are. And then you got the interesting antagonist that is Commander Zara, who someone who has a tough reputation, but is highly expected to be much better by the Emperor and Darth Vader. So there's a little bit of tension onto her, like the weight of those expectations bearing down on her. She wants to succeed, she wants to be better, she wants to prove how great the Empire is to all, and how powerful they are, and how powerful she is as a member of the Empire. So definitely a good start, a really, really good start to this new series. The art and the coloring, I'm going to give a 4 out of 5. Good art, good coloring, especially the space fight scenes. They are really, really good. That's definitely where the art was definitely at its best. Especially the opening scene with just Luke, Leia, R2, Chewie, Lando, and C-3PO just discussing what they should do next. Should they go rescue Han? Do they just go and escape by themselves, or do they link up with the rebellion? The art in there was actually really, really good. And the cover, I'm going to give a 4 or 5 as well. Good art, good coloring, a good cover overall. So that is it for my review. So if you also picked up Star Wars #1, let me know what your thoughts were. Do you agree? Do you disagree? But that is it for this video. Thank you all for watching. If you liked it, leave a like. Subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't already. If you want to follow me on social media, my Twitter and Instagram handles are in the outro. Sorry. Yep, they are in the outro. I've been Ozchris, and I will see you all next time.